Hello, roomies. Welcome to We Used to Live Together. I'm Hannah.
I'm Chris.
And we
used to live together. Welcome back, roomies.
Hello.
This is the ep that I think a lot of people
You've all been waiting for.
People have been... we got a lot of good kind of feedback for the Icks episode, right?
And I just feel so seen, you know?
Because other people will text you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're right. People would be like...
Yes. When it was windy again, I would get like texts like, oh, this is icky weather. Or even like validating my hotel ick.
Someone messaged me. One of my cousins was like, hey, can you help me with pluralizing these names?
That's amazing.
I was like, I would love to.
You're like, thank you so much.
Thank you for seeing me, knowing me. Yeah. I would love to help you. What's good, my dude?
I'm good. I'm wearing, I don't know if you know the story behind this jacket.
Tell me.
This is a magic. It's almost like the sisterhood of the traveling jacket. Me and my cousin Shyla.
Oh, we love Shyla. Shyla,
hi.
Hey.
we were going thrifting and we both found, there are two of these jackets and we both found them at the same thrift store.
Okay.
And they're just like the most magical jacket. So she has her jacket in New York.
Oh,
she's out there thriving
really
in New York.
Yeah,
I have mine here.
Yeah.
And whenever I wear it,
you think of her.
And I'm always like, girl, what are you doing? What are you in
what's
your...
Shyla up to?
Yeah, Shyla, what are you in your jacket getting into? You know? And right now, my jacket's getting into some podcasting.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
What's good with you, my dude?
Well, I know we're not parents.
No.
Neither of us are, but this has been on my mind.
Okay.
Because I've heard this term tossed around, and I have friends who are parents, and I don't really know what it is. Truly, I don't know. And we should do some research.
Okay.
But do you know anything about this thing called gentle parenting?
No.
Nothing. You've heard the term.
I've heard the term. I've seen some TikToks.
Okay.
Of like,
because I've heard people kind of talk trash on it, but other people who really, that's their method. So I'm really curious. I don't know what it is.
I just saw a TikTok maybe last week. And there was like a video of a mom. She was holding her daughter. Her daughter was really upset that her mom wasn't letting her go to a sleepover.
Okay.
And the way the mom was like explaining why she couldn't go, I think was like the example of gentle parenting.
Oh, okay.
Like she was saying things like, well, you know, like it just doesn't make me feel safe to have you at a random person's house. Like very like calm. I don't even know if that's technically what gentle parenting is, but that's the only example I've ever seen.
Okay. So neither of us know anything about this.
No.
Neither of us are parents, but listeners, hit us up. Like tell us what this is, or we could just do our own independent research.
I think it's so funny. You're so fascinated by this.
It's just like, because I grew up, let me tell you, I was raised not gently. I was not gently raised. Okay. Living in a immigrant Filipino household with a strict mom. We were not gently raised.
Okay.
So I'm curious now for this new generation of parents and children.
Yeah.
It's like, is this a superior method? Is this a more kind of healthy or holistic kind of way to raise your children?
Yeah.
So that they don't have trauma.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, totally.
Yeah, okay.
Have you like, because you said you have friends that and family that have kids. Have you seen examples of
I have
that?
seen, actually, yes. I have seen examples of this, and I don't even know if that is it. I just see parents nowadays who are very kind and kind of loving and calm when they talk to their kids, especially when they're having a meltdown or whatever. And let me tell you, that is not how I was raised.
Right.
Because in a quick second, I would have got like a slap or something else, you know? So I'm not saying, I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying like I turned out okay, I think.
Yeah.
Or I have some deep trauma and I need to go to therapy. Probably both can be true.
Yeah, both
can be true. Like we always say, both can be true. So if any listeners out there are parents, you know,
late to the party.
Oh my gosh, we should do that.
Gentle
parenting. We should have a parent.
Yeah.
Not our parents.
No. We know parents.
We know parents.
Yeah.
We know parents.
We know
We can do
parents.
it. Well, anyway, let's get into it because we've got a lot of ground to cover here.
A lot of ground.
This is 6X Volume 2. 6X Volume 2. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay. And if we have time, we'll go over some of the leftover icks from last time from listeners. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm so excited for yours.
Mine are a little feisty.
Okay, go.
My first one, things not going to plan. Nothing icks me more when you have a plan set.
Yes.
You've worked so hard making a schedule.
Like you have it in your mind.
You know what you need to do.
You know exactly what's going to happen.
And then something just throws a wrench in all of it.
Just one little thing.
And then you have to figure out every little thing.
You have to recalibrate.
Yes.
And it's the worst.
And I really shut down.
Does that really throw you off if like one thing goes off?
Yes.
And it domino affects everything?
I'm, if you recall Applegate.
I do recall Applegate.
If one thing,
was that one of those moments?
Yes. If one thing goes wrong, I don't want to do anything anymore.
I didn't even realize. Wow.
And that's
a deep ick, dude.
Maybe that's an ick, one of my icks, that I'm like that. But
I don't think so. I didn't even realize.
But I if one thing goes wrong in my plan,
you're like, nah,
cancel everything.
F it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my first one, and I think when we first did icks, I should have put this at the top of the list because truly this is my top ick.
Okay.
Do you know what it is?
I don't know.
One word.
Oh!
Okay, let's try to say it at the same
ready?
time. One, two, three. Glitter! I freaking hate glitter. And if I see even one speck, like my brain goes into high alert. And I'm making sure that there's no more glitter around in the vicinity. Because I don't like it on me, on my clothes, on my furniture, on anything.
Yeah.
Because glitter, as everyone knows, is the herpes of the crafts world. And you can never get rid of it. Like once you have glitter, it's there.
It's there.
So like no knock on, I know some girls like to wear the glitter makeup.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you get that off.
Well, it's makeup.
Oh, so you just wash this away.
Off, yeah.
But like I can't do glitter anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather. No, I don't want to say mud. I don't like mud either. But I'm saying like
dust.
At least mud you can wipe up and it'll like be clean. But glitter, I feel like you cannot clean. Like, you know, and then when people give you greeting cards and with all that glitter in it,
yeah.
I'm like,
or like wrapping paper.
Or wrapping paper with glitter. It's the worst, dude.
And then you have to like get your hands in it because you have to open it and you can't be rude.
So that's truly my number one ick is
hear
glitter.
You and I see you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, number 2 for me, periods. Being on your period.
Menstrual cycles?
Yeah. It's such an ick.
Because you have to go through it.
Yes.
Yeah. Like you don't have a choice.
Like, and it's not just, so a week you're bleeding.
Yeah.
But then it's like the lead up. That's another week where you're feeling the
symptoms.
Dude,
I have not, living with you truly has educated me on periods because we would, for that week or those couple weeks, our lives would center, like pizza would center around it. Like we would really.
You guys would all kind of leave me alone.
Yeah. It was a very educational experience.
But it's just like, hey God.
Dear God.
Why?
Me, Hannah.
How come I only have like 2 weeks out of the month where I semi feel normal?
Yeah, no,
you know? Mm-hmm. It's icky, okay?
Yeah, no,
it's just gross.
And
it's
it sucks
painful.
that only women do it.
It's painful. I'm still expected to go to work and act normal. Mm-hmm. And I have to just carry on with my life.
Yeah.
And I'm just over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Would it be better if men also had periods?
Yes.
I
want them to feel the pain.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what I really want to do is we should get one of those like.
No.
Would you do it?
I would do it, but no. I would do it, but no.
Well, okay. I don't know why this is like my TikTok algorithm now, but I'm seeing so many videos, and I really want to do it because I'm curious what number my pain is. Because I'm like, what if the pain I feel isn't even a 10, like close to a 10?
True.
I just want that perspective.
I know that some women have it really bad.
Yeah, and I just want to know. I want Lorenzo to do it because I want him to feel
what you're
I'm feeling. Because, and again, it's not just the pain. It's the mental shit.
It's the lead up, yeah.
It's the hormones.
Yeah.
It's the fatigue.
Historically, have you had bad periods? Like you're one of the gals who
in high school, I like regularly had to call out, like not go into school. Like have a sick day because cramps would be so bad. Yeah. It's gotten better, but like it's just.
And then there are girls who are like, my period was.
Yeah. Mine's like 2 days and actually like it's fun.
Is that an ick? That's the real ick.
Actually, oh my God, the ick is when people are like, it's beautiful.
Girl. Oh no!
Girl,
who says that?
You know, like it's just like it's like a part of being a woman is beautiful. No, it's not. Okay.
Okay. No, I get you. Hey, I
I'm
see
fired
you.
up.
You are. Let's move on before you flip this table. My number 2 ick: sticky floors. There's nothing worse
than sound
when you dude, when you're used to your feet being free, just like you're agile, you're like you're moving, you know?
You can take off in a set.
Yeah. But as soon as you enter that venue, that movie theater, whatever it is, and you're like, you go to pick up your foot theater. And you're like, what? Why am I stuck?
Yeah.
It's the worst.
That sound is awful.
I didn't even know how to do it.
No, but you know.
I know. And it's just that feeling of like, why is this floor sticky?
Yeah.
So that means someone spilled something and no one cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, listeners,
why?
For what?
For what? For what?
Like, why didn't we clean it up?
Yeah.
And then you've continued to let this go on for other people.
Yeah. And then it's like, what am I bringing back in my house?
Exactly. Well, I'm glad we talked. That's my next one. Okay. Go.
Okay. My third one, people talking over me.
Wait, what is it? When people talk.
Oh my God. And I'm going to be honest with you right now, Kris.
Have I talked over you?
This happened. That we hung out. What was that? A couple nights ago. Okay. There were multiple times I was trying to tell a story.
Oh, it wasn't just me.
I know.
It wasn't just me.
But you were in the room. Okay. We hung out and it was my current roommate.
Yeah.
Kris came over.
Yeah.
We had dinner.
Yeah.
And there were multiple occasions where little Hannah was trying to tell a story.
She was just trying to share.
And there was a moment where I was shouting because I wanted to be heard. And then I just sat back and I was like, well, fuck. No one's going to hear this story. And that's when I realized this is an ick. And you know what? It happens to me at work all the time. I work in a very male-dominated field. Yeah. And they just talk over you. And I literally have had to be like, I'm not finished.
Yeah.
I pulled a Kamala. I'm not finished talking. I'm speaking.
Yeah. And you should. Yeah. Truly. And this is part going back to what you said about advocating.
Yes.
Confidence, advocating for yourself. Hey, I'm speaking.
Yeah.
My voice. You need to hear my voice.
And you know what? I will admit that if we're like in a group and we're like all riffing, I'm guilty of it too. We're guilty. We're guilty because if Kris and I get on a bit,
Lorenzo hates.
No one's talking. We're the only ones that are allowed to speak when we get into that state. So I'm guilty.
Yeah.
But I think it's more when like I have clearly initiated a story.
Right. Wait, did you clearly?
Yes.
I don't. To be honest, I don't remember in the moment, but I believe you. No, hey, I believe you. I see you and I hear you. And I'm sorry we did that.
There was a moment when I was telling the story where Manders was the only one making eye contact.
The only other woman in the room.
And she listened. She's the only one that knows the ending of that story.
Wait, let's talk off mic because I feel like you're painting me in a not accurate light, but maybe you are because I'm a man. So.
But also, I don't think you even know how that story ends. So.
Okay.
Moving on.
For the future, tell me if I'm talking over you. And also.
But you guys don't listen. That's the issue.
What?
Is when I was telling this story.
That's. First of all, for the record, you were all the way in the kitchen.
No, I was sitting right next to the dinner table.
Okay.
I'm sweating.
I'm sweating.
Okay.
Let's talk off mic. Because obviously we need to work out some things.
Okay.
But I was telling you, for the future, don't let any man talk over you. Okay. Except for the Lord.
Okay, well, I hope you're ready next time when you hear me yell. No. I'm speaking!
Moving right along. My number 3. Coming off of sticky floors, I do not like shoes in my house. For other people, that's on you. You do you. If you like shoes in your house, that's on you.
If you like bringing germs in.
If you like sticky shiz on your floors, go ahead. But for me, when I have visitors, I always ask them, and I usually try to prep people because I don't know. some people you don't have a chance to prep, so it's like you always feel awkward. Like sometimes I don't because I want to be polite.
Yeah.
So especially if they're older or whatever, like I don't want to like, oh, can you mind taking off your shoes,
right.
you know? But typically I will ask folks ahead of time. I'll give them a heads up. Hey, just so you know, this is a no shoe house. So please take off your shoes at the entrance.
Yeah.
And I will provide you with slippers if you want, but no shoes in the house.
Yeah. No.
Okay, that's it. I don't like it when, for other people, I don't care, but
it's
like,
your home.
it's, for me, if you're coming to my house, I would like for you to respect that. But again, it's always this awkward, like, when do I,
but I don't think you should feel awkward. I remember when you were moving out, we had like a long conversation. You were you were like, do I provide slippers? Should I have socks? And like, I think it's just such
I want to be polite.
Yeah, totally.
Hospitable, yeah.
And you really go out of your way. Like you have your shoe rack right in the entrance with the sign.
Yes.
Like, and I think it's just a common thing now where I ask whenever I enter someone's home for the first time.
That's a good.
Because I think that's just like
habit.
a normal.
Yeah.
It's
that's
just
good.
So I want to be respectful of people's spaces.
I should do that too.
Yeah.
If I'm
like, do you want
them,
me to take off my shoes?
Totally.
Yeah.
That's a good.
So
point.
that I'm the one that's like making them feel at ease.
Yes. That's Hannah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
That's
welcome.
a great point. Okay.
And listeners, you know, do it.
Yeah.
Be courteous.
Be courteous.
Okay. This one, you know this one.
I do?
You know this one. Having to walk back to the parking structure.
You hate that.
After any event. Especially Disney. But if it's after a concert, if it's,
football game,
a sporting event, the walk back after an event makes me want to throw a tantrum in the GD parking lot.
Would you prefer someone carry you?
Yes.
Or wheel you around?
I would prefer for me to be able to teleport to my car.
Just in that moment.
There's no reason why I have to work so hard.
After you had such a great time.
After I've had the best time of my life. I've exerted so much energy. And it's just been the best day. And then you're telling me I have to walk 20 minutes to my car? No.
Especially after the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh my God. No.
Goodness.
No. Are you kidding me? Disney, honestly.
At least they provide a tram. But
that just brings you to the drop off point. You still got to walk to your car.
Yes, that's true.
If that's one of the reasons why I hate going to Disney right now.
The walk back?
Yeah.
That's enough to throw off the whole day.
Like if I get invited to go to Disney, I'm like, the walk back.
The walk back. Listeners, is there anyone who relates to this? So specific.
After the Eras tour, best night of my life.
Yeah, I remember.
The walk back.
I remember, yes.
The walk back.
Well, listeners, if you identify with Hannah, if this resonates with you.
I know someone's out there.
Someone out like there.
The walk
she
back.
would love to hear from another person who hates the walk back. My next one. Toilet seat lids that are left open. Let me explain. In my house, when I'm done using the bathroom, I always put the seat down, put the lid down. Because I hate when it's just like open. It's just like out there.
Well, it's not good. Aren't there like poop particles that can just fly around?
Well, I think when you're flushing. But just the aesthetic of it, and also like the idea of like, it's just like, there it is. It's open.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying like my toilet bowls are super dirty. I'm just saying like, I don't know. There's something, maybe it's a mental thing. I just need, and when I go to other people's homes and I use their bathroom, I'll do it. If it's not like super gross, like, you know, I'm not afraid. If I'm not afraid to touch it, I will put the seat down, put the lid down.
Well, I use my foot.
At other people's homes? Or you mean in public? When you go
in public and in people's homes.
Well, depending on how gross it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Same. So that's just my thing. Like, I always keep, and it's like when I have visitors and they don't do it, I'm like, well, it's not their fault. Yeah. They don't know. But also like you came in here, the lid was down.
Yeah. Like, I think that's super icky when you like just the audacity to enter someone's home and then you're like, I'm gonna use your bathroom, and then you're not gonna follow suit. I think for me, it's like, well, I'm the same way. I always, whenever I'm done, I always close it regardless.
Yes.
But like, it's almost like the expectation
was set
for you. Yeah. You entered the bathroom, the toilet seat was closed.
Yeah.
Follow that uniform.
Yes.
Yeah. Leave it like
you're making some great points today.
Leave it how you found it.
Yes.
Leave it better than you found it. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for I feel so seen right now. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, my next one's pretty general, but I think is gonna hit home.
Okay.
Mean people.
Mean people are the worst.
Dude.
Have you experienced a mean person recently? Like a stranger?
Okay, here's the thing. I've experienced it a lot. I experienced it this morning. I was picking up donuts so that our producers wouldn't be mad that we were an hour late.
Yes. Well, we covered that.
And there was a customer in there that was just so mad.
Oh, not even to you.
No, to like the workers.
Yeah.
And it's just
that's
like
the worst.
They're
I hate
working
that.
so hard.
Yeah.
And like,
what was he mad about?
He was mad about like just the speed of his order.
Because it was taking so long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look around, buddy. There's like 100 of us in here.
Right. I know. And it's like, it's not like they're just.
Yeah.
Like they're working.
Hustling.
Yeah. They're like sweating back there.
Yeah.
I'm having a deja vu moment.
Of us?
Yeah.
At this moment?
Have I said this?
No.
Okay. I feel insane right now. Okay.
So
but
he was,
yes.
Yeah.
And
he was mad
mean.
because things weren't going his way.
And then at work, I've just had. I can't provide too many details.
Yeah, don't.
But it's just like the way people speak to you sometimes. It's just like, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
We're trying to accomplish the
like
same
we're on the
thing.
same team.
Like we don't need to talk to each other like that. There's a way to have a conversation. And if you're nicer to me, I'll be nicer to you.
Like we're working toward the same thing.
Yeah, and we can reach this goal where we're
together.
both happy.
Yeah.
Just like be nice to people.
You mentioned you work mostly with men. Have you noticed that it's mostly men who or just anyone?
I think it's anyone.
Yeah.
Like
specifically like being rude to women.
Yeah.
Or whatever, I don't know.
I feel like just be kind to people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Here's the thing I've noticed too, because I know exactly what you are talking about, but I've noticed that usually the people who are mean in stores or restaurants or whatever, it's the people who haven't taken like a breath.
Yeah.
It's like chillax. Yeah. Like it's not.
Like it's donuts.
Yeah. That leads me. Can I go into mine right now?
Yeah.
That leads me into my next ick. When people take things too seriously.
That's a good one.
It's like, my dude, you're here, you're buying donuts.
Yeah.
Like these people are doing their job.
Yeah.
Like we get it. Maybe you're running late or, I get it. Like it's one of those mornings. But also, what is you yelling or cussing at them? Like, what's that gonna do?
Like my dude, it's Star Wars. Like
when you wait, who's mad about? Oh, I mean, some people do.
Seriously, I'm like, dude.
So that's my thing. It's like
is a lightsaber. You know what I mean?
When people take things too seriously, and I understand, I don't want to be flippant, and I know that there are moments in life when that should be taken seriously.
And you never know what people are going through.
I get totally. But also, it's donuts.
I know.
And
that's a great ick.
But again, I don't want to be. There are moments in life that should be taken seriously, and I don't know what you're going through. Maybe you had just some really like awful things happen to you that day, and you were having an off day. But take a breath. You know, just like read the room.
Yeah.
Like we are also people. We are also.
You also don't know what
you don't know
I'm
what
going
I'm going through. Yeah. We're all going through stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like. Take a second.
Again, let's work together. I want to give you your donuts. Yes, you want your donuts.
Yes.
You yelling at me is going to make me go slower. So let's work together.
Let's work together.
Yeah.
Okay.
My last one. This is flying by. When people don't respect your boundaries.
Tell me more.
It's like setting up boundaries is scary.
Yeah. Personal boundaries, professional, any kind of boundary. Yeah.
You really have to like put yourself out there with a person and be like, hey, this is a boundary I've set for myself. Please respect that.
I'm always confused about that because it's like, is it on me if I have boundaries? Do I have to clearly communicate? I do, right? That's on me. I have to say, and this is it.
I think that's what makes it so icky for me is like, I respect our relationship so much that I want to be clear to you, like what my boundaries are. And then I expect you as my friend, I'm going to respect them. And it's icky.
Like me, I'm going to respect your boundaries.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm trusting you that you're going to see that and you're going to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, if you just completely continue to disregard that, I'm like, bro.
And usually, because I can't think of a time where I don't often have to say, hey guys, these are my boundaries. Are you having to do that? Or?
Yeah. Your privilege is
no.
I'm kidding.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not trying to. I'm saying like, in what is it only when things are, for example, like if you and I, if our relationship has hit a rough patch, is that when you say, hey, like this is kind of what's going on, or like even if we're like the best of friends, do you also, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, when do you do that? When do you communicate the boundary?
Yeah, I mean, I think it like reaches a point like where for me it's like if it starts to feel like I start to feel resentment towards you. Okay. So like for example, like I don't know, just say like you keep calling me bitch. And like I don't like it, but I'm like, okay, like it's just Kris. He's just being
like silly. In a playful way, or
like you're just like you call me that, and I'm like, okay, like I don't like it, but like it's just Kris. He's my friend. I know he's not being mean, but you keep doing it, and like over time, I'm like, it makes me feel bad about myself, or it makes me feel mad. Yeah. Then it's on me to be like, hey, Kris, you calling me that?
Right.
And then if I was like, hey, that you calling me that makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, can you please just not? And then you still say, hey, bitch. Yeah. Like, that's just like disrespectful.
Okay. So to answer my question, it's when things are not going well is what I'm saying. Yeah. So when things are going well, there's no need to communicate.
And it might be different for everyone.
It might be different
for everyone. Like, correct. But that's like for me.
Right. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm trying to imagine a relationship that I've had in my life where I'm like, or maybe I haven't been vocal enough about my boundaries to people.
I think, and maybe it's like, maybe setting boundaries isn't that big of a deal for everybody. Like maybe
it is for us because we hate confrontation.
But I mean, maybe you've like set boundaries like, and you haven't even realized it. You know what I mean?
I've unconsciously, and people just follow it, or what?
Yeah, like I mean, I think boundaries don't always have to be like a long talk. It could be like, weeknights I'm not going out. So like if people invite, like I think they can be a little like more casual. Okay, boundary.
Thank you for saying that, because I always imagine it like a DTR.
No.
It doesn't have to be.
I don't think it always has to be that way. Okay. I think like if I notice like, oh, I haven't been spending a lot of time with Lorenzo, I can put up like a boundary where I'm like, okay, I'm going to be more intentional about I'm not hanging out with friends. I'm going to spend some time. Like things like that.
I got you.
I think it
doesn't have to be a huge thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Dude, you're on fire. You're killing it today.
Therapy is amazing.
My last ick. When people don't know when to talk during movies and shows. Do you know what I'm trying to say? First of all, okay, if it's a movie, if it's a brand new movie, no one has seen it, or if it's a brand new show, we haven't seen the episode, really no one should be talking. Like, no one should be talking. Please keep your comments to yourself until after, and then we can talk about it. If it's a movie that maybe you've seen, or like one person has seen, and like, you know, it's like if it's not a super new to everyone kind of movie or show, there are moments in like the movie or the show where, do you know what I'm trying to say? No. Or do I sound crazy?
No,
there are moments where you can say your comments, and there are moments when there are not.
Well, yeah, because there are different, like you said, there's different levels. Like there's movies or shows where it's like, oh, it's in the background. Like we're watching it, but it's like we're having fun together watching it. Yes. If it's something new, I totally relate. And I also feel like I'm kind of not a victim. Oh my God. What is the word?
You're guilty of it.
I'm guilty of it sometimes. But I think, I mean, and we used to live together. So, and I watched a lot of things I had never seen before.
I don't ever remember you.
Because I got in the habit of like, because I watched Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And so I got in the habit of, I'm going to full on pause this. I need this question answered.
Those were fun though. Yeah. Those are fun.
So I think it's like, again, if you're watching if you're in the theater, do not.
No, there should be no. And if you have to make a comment,
you don't have to.
Choose the right time and also whisper it.
No.
But also don't talk.
You don't have to. If I'm in a theater,
you don't whisper things to Lorenzo during the movie?
No. I mean, during Eras Tour, but that was like...
No, that's different.
No.
But like,
if I have a question...
you'll wait.
I wait until the movie's over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for seeing me this episode.
It's like just don't.
But so going back, it's like if you have seen it, if it's like a rewatch or like a watch party of this movie that we love, like there are moments you gotta pick. There are moments in the dialogue or in the narrative where you can talk. Yeah. And you just have to know. I can't teach you. Yeah. I don't know how to teach this.
And it's also,
you just have to be conscious of like, when this person is talking, you should not be talking.
Yeah. And I think like when when you're like watching a movie with like your group, you guys know
when
each
the parts
other's
are.
vibes.
Yes.
But again, listeners, if you're watching it with new friends, always lead with, I'm going to be quiet.
Yes.
And then I'm going to see what everyone else's vibe is. Just get the feel of the room before you're just like, oh my God. So like, that's crazy. You know?
Or like, what does he mean by that? What was that? What did that mean?
Be like, this is what I used to do with Lord of the Rings, anything, Game of Thrones, anything I was watching for the first time. Pause.
Yeah.
Can we pause?
And I love that you did that, and I love that you told us ahead of time, hey, like if I have a question, is it okay if we pause?
Yes.
And we were happy to do it because I thought it was a lot of fun to answer your questions while we were watching.
And we were in the comfort of our own home.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to be like mid movie theater, hey Kris, what does that mean? You know? No.
Or at someone's house where you're a guest and you're like, so just like read the room.
Read the room.
You know?
At the end of the day.
Yeah. Read the room. Like we always say, read the room.
Okay. Should we do
quickly, very quickly.
Okay. So these are ones that were left over from our last. Okay. People who smoke or vape in front of you.
I hate that shiz, dude. Like if I'm out and about going to a restaurant, I feel like you're not allowed to smoke within a certain amount of feet within a restaurant anyway, and people still do it, and I'm like, bruh, like
I know.
We're trying to eat, we're trying to have a good time,
I know.
And you're like breathing your fire near us.
Again,
you know?
read the room.
Read the room.
Okay. Noises you wish you didn't have to hear, like slurping.
like sticky floors.
Yes.
Okay. Gum cracking. That's part of it. Okay. Do you like it when people pop their gum?
No.
You don't?
No.
I feel like you. You don't.
No.
You don't pop your gum.
I
That's someone else.
Really like chew gum.
You don't chew gum. Well, okay.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah, go.
Okay. Those red flannels that everyone wears at Christmas.
Guilty. Hey, what can I say?
Look at you wearing a flannel.
Well, it's not red, but the red flannel. That's what you wear during Christmas time. Red flannel. I know it's basic, but sorry.
Okay.
Was that it?
No. Okay. Those electric bikes that all the rich kids have literally pedal like the rest of us.
Pedal like the rest of us. That doesn't bother me. Low-key, if you got the money and you don't want to pedal?
Low-key, it didn't bug me, but now I'm like really mad.
Pedal like the rest of us.
And also like riding bikes, like that's for like fitness.
Oh, and they're not doing it for that. They're doing it to like be. Okay, you convinced me. Yeah, pedal like the rest of us. Ick.
Okay, last one.
Yeah.
When I cook something and it doesn't taste good.
This is from a listener?
That is icky.
Okay, I can relate to this. I don't know if you can, but I for sure have made, this is earlier in my career as a chef.
Yeah.
I wasn't as knowledgeable, as well versed in the techniques.
Yeah.
I've made some dishes and I take a bite and I'm like, oh no. Like it's trash, but the worst part is I'm poor, so I have to eat it. I have to eat it because this is dinner and I don't have anything else. So it's like super salty, but I guess this is my dinner tonight.
This literally happened to me last week. I made eggplant parmesan, and I normally slay it.
You're very good at that.
I slay it.
You're very good. Yeah.
And I don't know what happened. I put way too much salt. Mm-hmm. And me and Lorenzo just sat there in silence, like
miserable,
chugging water, just trying to get through it because that's
you're on a budget. And that's dinner.
That's dinner. And there's nothing. It's even worse when you're so excited about something.
Yeah, that's the worst. I know exactly.
And you've been planning.
You've been planning. You got all the ingredients.
Yes, you're
like, damn, I'm gonna
slay.
Your stations
are set up.
You're set up. I'm gonna slay this meal.
And then
you take a bite and you're like, oh, why, Lord?
And then you just sit there and finish it while you just feel like shit about yourself. Yeah, it's the worst. I agree.
That's the bell.
That's the bell.
Thank you for joining us for Icks, 6 Icks Volume 2. We hope you guys enjoy this because we really like this series. We'll probably try to do one once a month or once every couple of months.
Yeah.
Please send us your Icks. Yeah. Send them to Instagram. Email us at weusedtolivetogether@gmail.com.
And let us know if you relate to any of these.
Late?
Relate.
Oh,
relate.
Relate. Yeah. Tell us if you relate to any of our Icks. Because we love reading.
Yeah.
We love being validated.
Yeah. Just validate me.
Final thoughts?
No. Love you guys.
Love you. Thank
I
you
love
so
our
much.
roomies. We have the best roomies.
We have. Should we?
Can I say?
Yeah.
We have the best roomies.
We have the best roomies. Should we
get merch?
Get merch. Make merch. Sell merch for our roomies.
I think we should.
Okay, that's on the horizon.
TBD.
TBD.
Yay.
It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
Bye.